Here's the question. What is the biggest challenge facing Ashland?
I think probably the biggest challenge facing Ashland is to make sure that as growth happens all around us, it happens appropriately here in the town. Right now, I would point directly at Lewistown Road and what's happening up there. Bass Pro is at Lewistown. There's a brand new hotel at Lewistown. And while I think those are absolutely good things for the county, the problem is our hotel stock is aging. And a significant portion of our budget comes from that hotel stock. I think part of our challenge is going to be to find ways to keep our restaurants and our hotels fresh and inviting. We actually have 1/9 of the hotel rooms in the entire Richmond region, but we certainly don't have 1/9 of the hotel visitors in the entire Richmond region because much of our stock is aging. So I think with our new economic development coordinator, that's one of the things I've talked about, is that we need to very early on offer them assistance in ways that we can work with them. But I think all of the economic challenges speak to our personal goals for the town, that if we want to continue to have the life that we have here in Ashland, we have to find ways to pay those bills. It's always a balance between business and way of life. They can't be separate issues.
Okay. Same question. What's the biggest challenge facing Ashland? And I'm directing that question to Terry Winston-Abri.
People, I think. People in the sense that people working together, people, just as Faye said, you're always going to have the challenges with the businesses. As I said before, bringing in businesses that are that people want to shop at, the businesses that we've decided that we want here in town. But I think one of the biggest challenges that I see is communication with each other. I think that we need to work on that. I think that we need to work on our interpersonal relationships between races, between the town and the people. For example, participation in functions and different functions that they have here in town, like the organizations that they may have, like Main Street and some of the other things that we do. There is a lack of uniformity, I think. I see that anyway, and I think a lot of other people see it. But I think that unless we start working together as a community, I don't think that the town will be the way that we really want it to be. I think that you might have to see it from my point of view before you can completely understand what I'm saying. But I think that we need to work on that. I think we need to work on relationships between the people in the town so that we can be a better town.
Okay, thank you. And the same question to James Murray, and that is, what's the biggest challenge facing Ashland?
Thank you. The discussions that I have seen so far revolving around the discussion of the budget have been concerning to me. I think Mayor Pritchard was absolutely correct when she said that there are some very real fiscal challenges that we're facing as a community, and we have to deal with a lot of our aging stock. And that's something that we absolutely need to focus on. Now, fortunately, we're sort of on the brink of revitalization with a lot of the aspects of town that we're talking about. Being able to focus on bringing the Ashland Theater up and running, getting some arts and culture into the arts and culture district, encouraging new businesses. These are all very, very important goals that we can have that will strengthen our community and increase our ability to bring in more revenue. Now, we've already had quite a few discussions about ways to limit expenditures. I think Mr. Hargrove and Mr. Farah have done some excellent work trying to reduce expenditures while increasing revenues, and a lot of work is being done in town in order to increase these revenues. That's really fantastic. Now, Terry also encourages everybody to work together, and that is more important than ever right now, that we have some budget shortfalls and we're having to borrow money against our own accounts. It's going to be exceptionally important for all of us to pull together to encourage business development in town, to make sure
30
that,
seconds.
That we're doing the types of things that we need to do to make sure that Ashland is fiscally sound both now and long into the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.